The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for coming out for tonight's event, which will be race number 17 at
Welcome in, everyone. Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage of the season finale of the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing Series Big Block Modified. I'll tell you the points for both the Modified Series and for the overall championship. Very tight. This thing not decided. We'll have to decide it tonight right here under the lights at Eldora. It is a 15-point gap. We'll show you the points right here. It is a 15-point gap. Oops, that's not it. That is not it. That is not it either. I don't know where I put that at. Ha! Oh, here it is. There it is. There's our points. Gabe Glatfelter, 1,855 markers. He is 15 points ahead of Robbie Schaefer coming into this thing, and only 30 points ahead of Casey Miller. So anything can happen there. That's the overall, and in the actual big block championship, it is a mere 9 points separating Glatfelter and Schaefer. Cohan, a very distant third place. He is tied with Nick Chambrone. Those two about 45 markers behind. But this thing absolutely not decided yet, as both Schaefer and Glatfelter are here for the evening. Quick hello to Mr. Nichols. I see you in the chat, buddy. Hope all is well. I intend to call you tomorrow. I have something kind of important that I want to discuss with you. I got a great idea. You're going to tell me I'm stupid, but that's okay. I've been told I was stupid many times before. We're going to get ready to go down trackside here in about 45 seconds for our opening ceremonies while these guys go through their final drivers meeting, getting ready for their qualifying session. Season and series finale for their 21A season. They will have a B season coming up later this fall, and the Dizzy Man himself, Cohan, going to come in here and give us a little information about what's going to be coming up in the fall for these guys. So we will do that at the conclusion of the event. Guys, appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you say hi in the chat. Like, share, and follow on the Facebook page. Subscribe over on YouTube and Twitch. I know Dom's got a show that just started a few seconds ago or is about to start. So be sure you drop over to his stream and say hi to him. But it is time to go trackside for our opening ceremony. So, Mr. Public Address, please take it away.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, after an awesome Memorial Day, I hope everybody remembers why we celebrate that day. We are ready to go down for qualifying here. Check out Mr. Glatfelter here. Your points, the leader. We'll watch him run at least a lap or so of his qualifying. Gets 2. Number of drivers already on the clock, including Nick Chambrone. We will watch for them. Time starting to come in. Chambrone jumps atop. Robbie Schaefer now, 16.654. Let's see where Gladfelter times in. 16.906. So a little bit off. Cohan second, Chambrone, and then Gladfelter. Now Casey Miller bumps Gladfelter down. Second lap for Gabe. Considerably quicker. 16.775. Good for third. Schaefer, 16.654. Still quickest. Now Anthony DeBarro, 16.701. And DeBarro already coming out of turn 4 to complete lap number 2 here. A little bit slower, 7.24. So consistency, but still good for second. So with all, Josh Gerlach, I think, is on the track. Rolling down the backstretch, slow finish the second lap, 16.762, good enough for fourth quick. So everybody but Timothy Johnston, and I think he just rolled the car out onto the surface, so we'll watch his qualifying laps. Let's see where Mr. Johnson can. A little out of shape in 1 and 2, not very smooth through there, and that will definitely hurt your time. .982. So 10th quick for Timothy Johnston. We'll see what the second lap looks like here. He is the final car to qualify this evening. Good timing too, because the session just about to run out. 930, not going to move him really too far. One position up to 9th on our speed chart. So it'll be Schaefer and DeBarro, your 2 quick qualifiers for the evening. With a 4-car invert in the 2 heats, you will see Robbie Schaefer start 4th in heat number 1. And he will need to try to go win that thing and pick up the pole for the feature and see if he can win this thing and maybe steal the championship tonight. But it is time for heat race number 1. And your CJAuto21.com starting lineup looks like this. The A-Treat Yoko's Peeps Dizzy Motorsports number 01 of Nick Chambrone out of Nazareth, Pennsylvania will be your pole sitter for heat 1. He'll have the 11 car of Shane Yates on his outside. Row 2, his teammate, the CJ Automotive number 21 out of Nazareth, Pennsylvania. Also hometown boys together there. And Nick Cohan will start in position number 3. And on his outside, the Full Moon Garage number 10 from Hamburg, Pennsylvania of Robbie Schaefer. 15 points is all that separates him from an overall title and 9 points from the mod title tonight. Timothy Johnson will start in the 5th position on the inside in the 28 car, and then Terry Mustard, the 0 car, the TMJ Racing machine out of Waverly, Ohio, will start 6th. Your 4th row, Thomas George, the 8 car on the inside, and Aaron Beaver will start on the outside of that row. We'll have 8 cars in heat number 1. Quick, probably action-packed heat races, and these guys will get straight to the 50-lap AA main, close out the season for us. All right, season finale in heat 1, about to go green out of turn number 4. It's been a fun ride this season with these guys. Our second full season with them, and we hope for sure to try to procure them back onto our broadcast schedule for next season. All right, pace truck headed in.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. We are underway. Nick Chambrone straight to the front. Yates on the top side. Cohan on the bottom. That's for second, side by side. Not anymore. Now Schaefer up to 3rd, threads the needle, goes to 2nd. Robbie Schaefer not wasting any time. That 97 machine working hard on the outside. Trying to chase down Chambrone. Good action. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Mustard right there, the 0 machine. 3 wide on the bottom. Yates in the middle and Cohan on the top. Now Cohan and Yates clear, and Cohan clears Yates. So Cohan up to 3rd, Yates is 4th, Mustard 5th, George, Johnston, and Beaver. Nick Chambrone out in front. Inside 5 laps to go. About 0.6 of a second in front of Robbie Schaefer. Schaefer trying to hold off Nick Cohan right here. All these guys right up on top. Right here against the outside wall. Maybe a little bump there from the 97. 3 to go this time. Cohan to the top side. Can he take second place away? Yes, he can. Here comes Yates. Yates has got Schaefer stuck down on the bottom. Oh, didn't quite get it there as he got the right rear up against the outside wall that opens the door. And it's going to leave it wide open for Schaefer to settle into third. White flag in the air for Chambrone. Cohan trying to close the gap. Final time through 3 and 4. Cohan went to the bottom. Not going to be enough. Chambrone winning heat 1. Cohan second. Schaefer is third. Thomas George gets home in fourth. Then Beaver. Johnston Yates with a lot of problems in the 11 car. I think when he hit the fence, he really bent it up, fighting it to get it home. Terry Mustard took the 0 car to pit road, so he'll finish a couple of laps down. Heat number 1 already in the books. All right. Heat 2 gridding out at the end of pit road on the pole. The 05 of Casey Miller, and on his outside, your points leader. 128 of Gabe Gladfelter. Row 2 on the inside. The alwaysraceday.com net code esports number 71 from Bondurant, Iowa, Josh Gerlach. On the outside of him, quick qualifier for the evening. That's not right. He qualified second. Second quick for the evening. The 27 of Anthony DeBarro. Row 3, John Borsey, 86 on the inside. And Daniel Walker in the 74 on his outside. And your final row going to be the BAR Transport number 63 of Bill Coy out of Muskegon, Michigan. All right. Lights off on the pace truck. Final heat race of the season. We're ready to fire off down here in turn 4. Miller's been quick. Picked up 360 Sprint Car Championship last week. Also picked up the win to close out the season as well. Last couple of mod races, that 128 car has been the guy on top of the podium. So we'll see if someone can come up and challenge him, maybe not only for the win tonight, but for the points title. Heat race number 2 underway. Miller goes to the top side with the good jump he got coming off of 4. He'll have the lead into 3 and 4. Glatfelter. And it's going to be DeBarro and Gerlach side by side for third. Gerlach with half a car coming out of 2. Now goes a full car behind DeBarro. Borsch locked in behind that. Miller not getting too far away from Glatfelter. Gabe really trying to keep some pressure on. Would like to pick up the win, start on the front row there. Would have your 2 points leaders starting 1-2 in the feature if that was the case. Right now, the 128 of Glatfelter's got to get by the 05 of Miller. 4 to go this time. Miller with a little bit of a bump in the fence. Really didn't hurt his speed any. We're going to go back to the battle again for third. This time DeBarro on the bottom. Gerlach's got the top. Josh Gerlach around into the third position. A little contact between DeBarro and Borst. Not sure if DeBarro knew Borst was getting his nose on the inside right there. But he slammed the door pretty good, and Borst caught the fence. Coy is 5th and Walker in 6th. I think Borst just turned that thing and took it into the infield. The battle for the lead starting to heat up. 2 to go that time, and Glatfelter let Miller know he was there, showed him the nose down in 3 and 4. Going to show it again down here in 3 and 4. Possible slider, not quite enough. Got the wrong angle on the entry. So the white flag in the air, they were almost side by side. Now, a little bit of a roll. Lost his momentum, did Glatfelter. He's still going to try to go for it, it looks like, but he doesn't bring it up the hill. Casey Miller looks like he's going to hang on and win Heat 2. Glatfelter, Gerlach, DeBarro, Coy, Walker, and then John Borst in the infield. So, heat races. All already done. A little bit of a warm-up session. We'll wait to see if the guys actually hit their track. Give themselves a couple of minutes of warm-up here. If they do, we will pay a bill or two real quick. All right, driver's going to roll on to the track. So we will jump away real quick and let you guys check this out. Got to get those bills paid. Appreciate all the great sponsors of the Dirt Racing Network. Guys got about 3 minutes and 45 seconds here. They're going to go ahead and run the track in pretty good. See if they can open it up a little bit for this feature. Maybe bring that bottom line back in. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Dirt Slingers. Wednesday Night Warriors, Big Block Modifieds. Williams Grove, their first ever trip in the Big Blocks to Williams Grove. 8 o'clock Eastern. Right here. I do believe that Mr. Santino will be springboarding his way up the ladder, and he's going to go do a live show for the Pro Pulling League over the next few days. So he has to leave on Wednesday and do his gig, and we're very proud of Dominic for getting that deal there. He's going to do some producing and a lot of work with those guys. They have a great show. Watch them on MAV TV. So Dominic Santino making things happen for himself in the broadcasting world. It's been a pleasure having him here, and I know he's not gone, but I do think as things start to go for him, we are going to find him less and less available to work with us, and it's been amazing having him around. So, man, I wish him the best of luck this weekend, and I hope that whole thing works out for him. Love when he is around. He does a great job of producing and calling our shows for us. So, hopefully we'll get to keep him for at least a few shows. Might be the next Mike Joy. You never know. About a minute 50 seconds here till we go. Quick note, don't forget about Thursday night. The 410 Outlaws for the Dirt Slingers are going to be at Lima Land. Big 40-lap feature for them as they start down the backside of their season right after the halfway point. So we'll have race number 9. We're getting ready for the final 50 right here. I'll run down our starting lineup for this big 50-lap feature. It'll be Nick Chambrone on the pole and Casey Miller to his outside. Then Cohan and Gladfelter in row 2. Schaefer and Gerlach in row 3. Row 4, Thomas George and Anthony DeBarro. Aaron Beaver and Bill Coy in row number 5. Row 6 will be Timothy Johnson and Daniel Walker. Your 7th row, Shane Yates and John Boris. And on the back tonight, Terry Mustard, after some issues in his heat race. Watch all the drivers roll out onto the racing surface. A couple of pace laps. And that is time to determine the champion. Miller starting on the outside of the front row, right in front of your current points leader. On the inside of that third row, the guy that is 9 points back in the Big Block Championship and 15 in our overall. We'll be watching the 97, the 128, the 21, the 5. Chambrone is in this too. He's back there tied with the 21. That's going to be for third in the points. So your pole sitter, the top 5-6 cars in this thing, all right in the thick of things in the points. But it is time.
Green flag, green
for
flag.
all the thunder. Green flag in the air. 1 lap. They're going to rearrange your front row just a little bit on their redraw. Yeah, it looks like Chambrone gets to hold on to the pole position. Then Gerlach, Gladfelter inside of row number 2 now. Cohan on the outside of that row. Casey Miller will go inside row 3, and Robbie Schaefer will go outside of the third row. So a little shuffler now. Gladfelter's got both of the guys that are close to him in the points in behind him. And here's our official green flag. We are underway. Gladfelter 3 wide for just a second. Now on the inside of Gerlach. That's second and third. Gerlach's got the spot. 3 wide behind Gladfelter. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Cohan, Schaefer, and Miller. Schaefer needs a couple of cars between himself and Gladfelter at the end of this, and he needs to be in front of that and have a couple of cars between he and Gabe to pick up the title. Chambrone still out in front, but Gladfelter there to challenge. Gerlach with Schaefer on the inside and Cohan down on the very bottom. They were 3 wide in the middle of the corner. Here comes Schaefer up the middle. Gladfelter's got the top on Chambrone. He's alongside, a lot of contact. Gladfelter's out of shape. He's going to grab the car back up, but there goes Schaefer. Schaefer to second, around Gerlach, in behind Chambrone. Big slide job, and he kept it down the middle, didn't go to the top. Cohan tried that. 3 wide again out of 4 for just a second. Gerlach was on the very bottom. Schaefer's trying to get the lead away from Chambrone. Gladfelter back to the top. He knows where the fast line is. He's going to go up there and use it. Goes around Schaefer. Schaefer through the middle.
All right, man.
Caution. That's going to shake things a little bit. I think you're going to see that 97 car go back around the 128. Looks like Terry Mustard a little bit on the backwards side here. Let's go see what happened to Terry. Oh, that wasn't all Terry's fault. 8 car there. I think that's George got out of shape, and Thomas George It really is who brought out that caution. Finds himself on the wall, keeps crawling it. Yep, that's exactly what happened right there. So 8 car looks like he is going to roll it into the pits. So it will be a Chambrone. Let's see what this thing says. Schaefer, Gerlach, Glatfelter, Miller, Cohan, George, Yates, DeBarro, and Mustard. And Mustard not in 10th anymore. It's going to be John Boris sitting in the 10th spot on the restart. But Glatfelter, 2 spots. He passed a couple of cars in that one lap right there. And he got shuffled back because the caution came out before they got back to the start-finish line. So had to give those back. So they'll double it up. He'll be outside of row 2. Miller and Cohan in behind. Row number 3 there. Still about 44 laps to go.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Chambrone right to the lead. Gladfelter went to the top, bounced the right rear off the outside fence. Gerlach hangs on to 3rd. Miller alongside Gladfelter. That's for 4th. Here comes Yates on the bottom, the 11 car. 4 wide out of turn 4. They able to make that work as Gerlach had enough momentum to pull out in front. This is a good battle for 3rd right here. Gladfelter got a good run through 1 and 2, and Gerlach did not have a great run on the top. That car was out of shape. Gladfelter able to surge ahead right there. Battle for the lead. Schaefer had the nose on the inside of Chambrone. Those guys don't cover the top. Gladfelter is going to run right on by. Now runs right on into the back of the 97. Stacks them up. I think everybody's going to grab the call. Maybe not. We're going to have a caution back here. Maybe they grabbed them all back up. I don't know how they managed to do all that.
All right, man. Caution
There's
is
your
out.
caution.
Caution is
We're
out.
down in the corner. Shane Yates. Bill Coy. Bill Coy. No. No, that might be Shane Yates. It is Shane Yates. I thought that looked like his car. It is Yates. Yates is upside down. Oh, he was broken. Let's go back a little further. Yeah, he's part of this with Gerlach, and then I don't know. Maybe the suspension got broke on that car, because when he goes down in here into 1, yeah, that car just didn't turn at all. He took it straight into the fence and gets a little bit of help there from the 8 car. And he couldn't get that thing flipped over, so have to tow it into the pits. So still Chambrone, Schaefer, Glatfelter, Cohan, Miller, DeBarro, Gerlach, Mustard, George, and Aaron Beaver now in the top 10. 40 laps to go. All right, going to spread them out 2 by 2. Ready to go green down here in turn 4. We'll see. Cohan gets to fire first. Schaefer just needs to get to the outside, and those guys need to close up that top side if they're going to keep Glatfelter behind him, I think. Schaefer really needs to get around Chambrone and keep the door shut.
Green flag, green flag.
Those 2 right to the middle. Cohan goes top shelf in turns 1 and 2. He's going to be alongside Gladfelter. Tight racing there. Here comes DeBarro. Miller, top 6. Everybody touching almost everybody else. We saw a little contact there on the right rear corner. Schaefer's car and the left front of Cohan. Cohan with a good run out of 2. He is going to move right to the rear bumper of Chambrone. Chambrone's got company on the inside. Schaefer Took a peek down low. Now Schaefer. Slider across the nose. Can he hang on to it out of the corner? Had enough that time. New leader down the backstretch. If he can get it back to the line, it'll be official. He's going to have to cut it under. Chambrone closes the door. Checks the car up. That opens the top for Nick Cohan. Cohan led that lap. Nick Cohan, the 21 car, around the top side of 1 and 2 from third to first in half a lap. Now Schaefer into second. Chambrone, Glatfelter, Miller, DeBarro, your top 6. Glatfelter trying to hang on to the 128, let it get settled in, start making some moves forward. Right side up against the wall. Miller got a good run, couldn't go around him. Too much closed up. Chambrone got out of shape. Chambrone going to gather the car back. That lets Glatfelter get to the back end of the 97 car. Glatfelter going to turn it down to the bottom. Not enough momentum. Turned it too late. Cohan out of here. 1.4 seconds. Casey Miller now in the mix. They've separated. First from second, third, and fourth from fifth, sixth, and seventh. Nick Chambrone, 1.75 seconds. Out in front of Robbie Schaefer. Now big pickup there as Glatfelter found the top side. He works around into second. The 2 points leaders were side by side for a second. Now a car between them. Glatfelter up to second. Miller came through with him. That moves Schaefer to fourth, and DeBarro is working the top side. He's going to try to get around. Slider line for Schaefer. Gives up the spot. Caution. And maybe Chambrone. Nick Chambrone's car. This is out of 3 and 4. Into one. Oh, right rear. Found the right rear up into the wall. Yep, just a little spin out. I think everybody, looks like everybody missed him, so he will have to get around, join the back of the pack. He had problems in 3 and 4 a few laps before that. Cost him a couple of spots. So Cohan, Glatfelter, Miller, Schaefer, DeBarro, Chambrone out of there. It's Gerlach, George Mustard, Walker, and Aaron Beaver, the top 10. Cohan found an opening when Schaefer and Glatfelter were going at it, and Chambrone, and he just went around the top side and passed everybody to pick up the lead. And he drove away from these guys very quickly. He was out to a little over 2 seconds when the caution came out. We're creeping up on halfway, about 5 laps shy of halfway. Talk to the top 3 and our champ if he's not in the top 3. The way these guys are going at it, I feel like the champ's going to be right there in that top 3, and maybe even the guy in second in the points will probably end up there too.
Green flag, green
Cohan,
flag.
Schaefer, whomever it may be. Chambrone kind of hurt himself in this one now. Miller got around Schaefer for a second. They're going to be 4 wide coming out of 2. That gets sorted out down to almost single file before we get to the end of the backstretch. Glatfelter took over second. Miller in the third. Schaefer the fourth. Here comes Gerlach again. Gerlach around the top side. He's trying to take fifth away from DeBarro. He's got it for now. On the rear end of the 97 to Schaefer. 23 laps in the books. Cohan starting to inch away. We're watching a battle 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th right here. A couple cars bumping the wall on the outside out of 2. Gerlach going to hang on to 5th behind Schaefer. Cohan 0.6 of a second over Gladfelter. Gladfelter and Miller racing close together here. Miller trying to turn the 5-car down early, couldn't get it done. Make it nearly 0.7 of a second now, 3/4 of a second for Cohan. And Cohan really ripping the top pretty smoothly right now, keeping that car off the wall, keeping it right up there against that built-up pile of marbles. I don't want to call it a cushion because really it's just a ridge up there. Almost a ramp, actually. It's easy to get over it. Cohan holding a station. Gladfelter clips the fence, but Miller not able to do anything. Then Gerlach in fourth to borrow his fifth. Chambrone back up to sixth after his spin. Chambrone trying to make the comeback. He got around Schaefer. Schaefer is back to seventh. Then George Mustard and Daniel Walker here in 10th. Cohan maintaining 3/4 of a second now. Gladfelter really bringing the car into the corners and bumping that fence. That time Miller bumped it late, got out of shape, gives up some space. Be 20 to go this time by. One retiree from the race, Shane Yates, out of this one. Now Cohan starting to ease away, almost a full second this time. He and Gladfelter running very, very close lap times. 17.272, 17.198. Gladfelter. Actually a 2:14, so just a skosh quicker. But still 9/10 of a second between himself and the leader, those two. Over 2 seconds ahead of Casey Miller in the third spot. DeBarro is up to fourth. Chambrone and Gerlach battling with him. Gerlach's got the spot right now. Lap traffic right in front of the leader. Lap times nearly identical. 3:16 to a 3:49. Cohan up to the top. Another lap car in front of that. I think that's John Borst. I am wrong. That is not. That's Aaron Beaver, the 97 car. Right in front of the leader. 15 to go this time. Long green flag run right here. It has been Nick Cohan since he took the lead. He is stretching out now. Over a second. Gladfelter still hanging on to second. Miller in third. DeBarro is fourth. Gerlach is fifth. Robbie Schaefer. And Schaefer really needs to get on his horse. He needs to go win this thing if Gladfelter's going to run second to even have a shot at the title. Cohan, 1.1 seconds, 1.133 to be exact. About a 10th quicker that time. .387 to a 494 for your two leaders. Getting it down here, 12 to go. Miller. 4 seconds behind those guys, Cohan and Gladfelter. Lap car, Thomas George out of the way. Two leaders going to work around him. You can see how close Cohan is to the fence. Gladfelter, same tire tracks. $10 to go that time by. 1.3 seconds the difference. Nick Cohan going to put a stamp on this thing at the end of the season if he can keep it right here. Been improving steadily throughout the season. Hasn't been able to bring the 21 car to victory circle. But tonight, he may be the guy standing up there holding the big trophy. Eight to go. Next lap car going to be Chambrone. Chambrone, middle of the backstretch into turn 3. Your leader, a full straightaway behind. Probably will not become a factor. Inside, right at 1 second now, Gladfelter. About 7/100ths quicker that lap. Running out of time and running out of it real quick. 5 to go right here. Around Bill Coy they go. 1.1 seconds as that time right at a 10th quicker was Cohan. Nick Cohan. Going to be coming up on Chambrone if he can get it there. I think Chambrone's going to be able to hold him for 5 laps. Unless he makes a mistake and lets that gap close up. Gladfelter now 1.2, starting to fade. It's 3.7, 5.63, so almost identical lap times right there. 2 to go for Cohan out of turn 4. Chambrone a little bit in front of him. Don't think it's going to be a problem. Will run out of laps before he can get knocked off the lead lap. He runs 7th. Turn 4, this time a white flag in the air. Gladfelter took a different line. He may have chopped a little time out of that act, chopped about a 10th off. I think it's just too much 21 car tonight. Nick Cohan out of turn 4. Checkered flag in the air. He'll win the final 50. Close out the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing Series with a win tonight. Gladfelter was second. Casey Miller comes home in third. We'll get our top 3 as soon as they get around and get themselves situated. We'll get them up here to chat with them. I know Nick had a couple of things to say about this season. Fireworks going off. We will bring the top 3, give them a park. Get ready to chat with these guys here. Let's see. Miller and Cohan. And we'll kind of give Gabe a minute to get here. He always shows up. Always good to talk to him. I'm pretty sure he sealed the deal and he picked up the championship. I don't think that Nick could make up enough points to take that away. He was a good 35 behind. So we will talk to Casey Miller first. Casey Miller. Casey Miller, you got a copy. Hang on a second. We lost something here. All right, let's see if this is not going to work. All right, let's see if we got something now. No. Good. Let's go back. Casey Miller, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Interesting start to this one. You got up there challenged a little bit, but you come home third, and it looked like the car was fading a little bit on you. What happened during the feature, bud?
Yeah, with about maybe like a little after halfway through, I kind of pounded the wall coming out of 2, and then it just never really felt the same. Then I was kind of scared to go up high even more because I knew I wasn't really going to catch up to first and second, but I didn't want to lose my third spot either. So I just wasn't running as hard there at the end.
Well, still a great run, a podium finish here. This place is tough enough, and with a damaged car, it's double tough. But good season overall. I mean, a great season for you in the 360s, and a really good season here in the big blocks. How do you rate your season at the end of it now?
I wish I could I'd probably rate it a 7 out of 10 just because I know I could have did better in the big blocks. I DNF'd a lot there because I was just trying to run too hard, like up against the wall, and I would get in it, then it would just suck me in. So I wish I would have did a little bit better in the big blocks, and I think I could have had something for the overall points championship. So I think a 7 out of 10 sounds about right.
Well, what we'll be looking for from Casey Miller in the second season here, which is going to pick up in the fall for you guys?
What's that?
What are we going to be looking for out of Casey Miller in the second season, which will start in the fall?
I'll just like to run a lot better in the big blocks. I'm going to try to get a little bit more practice in them and like running up against the wall more. I think I did a good job with that tonight, except for hitting it tonight. But if I can get that down, I think I can give a lot more for this points championship overall.
Well, it has been a great season. It's been a pleasure talking to you the number of times that we've been able to, man. I'm sure you've got some shout-outs and thank yous before we close out the season.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Nick and John for putting on this league. I mean, I run this every Tuesday night, and it's always a blast because, everybody races clean and everybody gets along good. And, yeah, that's about it.
All right, man. Well, as I said, it's been a pleasure all season. We look forward to better things out of Casey Miller in the fall season. And congratulations on a great run tonight.
Thank you.
All right, your third place finisher, Casey Miller. Let's wait to talk to second. We will bring tonight's winner in here. We'll talk to Nick Cohan because I know he's got a couple of things to say. We want to talk to the champ last. So, Nick Cohan, you there, buddy?
Here, buddy.
Well, a great run tonight, man. You dominated this thing. Once you found a way to get to the front, nobody could really catch up to you. How'd you pull this off tonight?
Oh, man, Roger, I don't know. This is the 17th race of the season. I really didn't think I'd get one before this season was over. There's a lot of tough competition here. It's been a grind all season. I really wanted I was just trying to get on the podium for most of the season. So to get a win here is really, really awesome. I really didn't think it was going to happen. 50 laps of running right on the wall like that, I was for sure thought I was going to make a mistake at some point. But, it just worked out good. The track was just perfect for my driving style, and it kind of sucks for the race. We didn't have much of a lane choice because I think top was dominant just the whole time. But for me, it worked out good because I liked running the top here. So I'm happy to get up there. It was kind of crazy there through the top 5. Really to the top 7 there, battling, trying to get to the top and get to the lead. And just took my time because it was a long race. And once we got there, I just tried not to make any mistakes. And I didn't, and we held them off, which feels great.
Well, like you said, it's been 17 races, and the 21 car finally goes to victory lane. Capping off the season, you going to be able to hang on to this momentum and wait for the fall to come around?
Oh man, I want to start. I want to start the 2021 B season like next week. I'm amped up right now. This is so awesome. I've been wanting to win this season so bad, and finally got it done. So, but I can't wait for next season. It's gonna be awesome. Most likely going to be in the same cars. These modifieds are a blast to race. More importantly, the guys at this league that we race with are awesome. We joke around. We race hard and we put on a good show, and I don't really know what more you could ask for, because this is just an awesome place to race at, and I really, really enjoy everything with Pro, with DRN. This is just, Tuesdays are awesome. I can't wait for Tuesday nights, and feels good to cap off the season with a win.
Well, it's been a heck of a season. We've enjoyed covering it. We hope that we get the opportunity to come back with you in the fall. Any idea when you think you might be going on that?
Yeah, so the 2021 B season should be starting the second week of August, I believe. Most likely be rotating the same 2 cars again. Hopefully we'll be getting a new tire model for the sprint cars, because this tire model on this modified is really, really cool. But yeah, we'll be in the same car starting around the second week of August. There'll be some fun runs this summer. In June, July, we'll be doing some fun runs in some other cars, and there'll be some recruitment races that we'll be posting about on our social media, on Pretend Racing Online social media, on Twitter and Facebook, and of course on our Discord here too. But yeah, it's really looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. We have some really cool ideas that are going to be coming into play for next season that we kind of trickled in here towards the end of the season, but there's also some other new stuff that's going to be coming about. So really looking forward to it. I hope all these guys that raced here with us this year stay with us for the second season. And hopefully we get some new guys that can buy into what we do here. You know, I know a lot of leagues say they're here for the fun, and that's not always true. We are 100% about the fun. If you take it too seriously here, you're not going to fit in. And we just like to have a blast that's competitive. You know, we have a mixture of pro guys that come in here with all the guys at Elbows Up and whatever team that Batista guy's on. And then we have some guys here that are beginners with dirt. And it mixes, for some reason, it mixes really, really well. And I think it's because there's a respect factor with everybody here. So if it's something you like and you're here watching this right now, I hope you look us up and come on out for 2021B.
All right, man. Well, it's been a great season. I'm sure you got a couple of sponsors you'd like to shout out for the win tonight before we let you go celebrate.
Yeah, thanks to CG Automotive, obviously, for being on the car. Perk Coffee, Beer Hill Gang, Dizzy Motorsports, Joey Katina, Pretend Racing Online, this league here that we run on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And also special shout out to Roger Wagner and Dirt Racing Network for putting on this awesome broadcast, and we can't wait to have you back for the second season.
All right, man. Well, it's been a pleasure, and I can't wait to get back with you guys. I look forward to hearing from you here in a couple weeks, man.
You're the man. Thanks, Roger.
Nick Cohan, your winner of your feature tonight, capped off the season. He put a big old stamp on the end of this one and picked up his first victory. But we got to talk to the guy. He finished second tonight. But he only finished second in this race. He has been steadily improving and picked up a bunch of wins in the series. He picks up the overall championship and your big block modified title tonight. Gabe Gladfelter, are you there?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, fantastic job, man. You were consistent, and you improved a little bit every week. Saw you pick up some wins, especially in the big blocks, and had a great run last week in the sprint cars to close off the season. And here you are. You know, you're second tonight to Cohan, but it seals the deal, and you pick up the overall and the big block modified title.
Yeah, it feels good. It was definitely a shootout all season long, and come down to the last race like that, it was a lot of fun, a lot of nerves, but mainly just a lot of fun.
Well, tell us a little bit about the feature tonight, because you start a little bit deeper. I think third or fourth there, but Schaefer and Miller and some of these guys jump around you early. And you said you were a little nervous. Did that ramp things up just a little bit for you in the nerve section?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it was a seesaw there at the beginning. I'd move forward, then make a mistake and drop back. And, there was 4 or 5 of us there battling, swapping back and forth for a while there. Then Nick kind of got the top going there, got out around us all, and I was able to follow him through. And then it was just trying to chase him down the rest of the race. But he ran about a perfect race there.
Yeah, it looked like the top side was really the place to be. And I mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. If those guys didn't get up there and start keeping that top covered up, you were going to go around everybody, and you almost got there. You got up to second when Chambrone was still at the front. How did you end up falling back?
Yeah, I got up to second there, and then the caution came out, and it dropped me back to fourth.
Well, still a great run, a great season. The overall champ in this thing. Now, he's got to come back next season, and he's got to try to defend at least the overall in this thing. Are you going to be up for that?
Oh, yeah, I'll be back. I'll be shooting for both of them.
All right, man, I'm sure you got some shout-outs and some thank yous before we let you celebrate a great season and a fantastic run here to close it out tonight.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Nick and John for hosting what's a really fun league. Great group of guys to race with. Everybody races hard, but clean. And thank you for broadcasting everything. And look forward to next season.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on another great season, and we look forward to seeing you in season 2, buddy.
Thank you.
Your second place finisher, your overall champion, and your modified champion for the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing Series, Mr. Gabe Gladfelter. What a way to close it out with Cohan picking up the win. That was a pretty impressive finish to the season right there. Let's run down the final results here. Cohan does win it. Gladfelter was second. Miller was third. DeBarro in fourth. Gerlach comes home fifth. Robbie Schaefer was sixth. Chambrone seventh. George was eighth. Walker in ninth. 10th, Aaron Beaver. Bill Coy in 11th. Terry Mustard was 12th. John Boers 13th. Shane Yates finishes 14th. And Timothy Johnston rounded out tonight's feature field. It has been a heck of a season. I have had a lot of fun covering it. Can't wait for these guys to get going again. Said they're coming back in the 360 sprint cars and in these big blocks again for the next round of this thing. Ought to be fun. They'll start up back in August. I appreciate them allowing me to come in and cover their races. I can't wait until we do it all again. I want to thank all the fans for watching all season long. You guys have been great. It's been a pleasure seeing everybody in the chat. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Dirt Slingers. Wednesday Night Warriors, Big Block Modifieds. They're going to be at Williams Grove for their first ever trip up there. 8 o'clock Eastern. You will most definitely have somebody in the booth, and it looks like it's probably going to be me back to call that race. I will not be racing with the guys this week as Dom has other engagements, and we wish him well with that. Best of luck to him. Hopefully he will be able to continue to work with us some before he gets super famous and forgets all the little guys on his way up the ladder. I kid. We love Dom. But guys, thanks for tuning in. It is always a pleasure to try to entertain you. We hope we have done that. Don't forget your likes, your shares, and your follows